Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a good night. Today, I'm going to show you how to make my world-famous balsamic vinaigrette. It has about 10 ingredients. The hardest one to find today was shallots, or shallots, as some people say, which is similar to an onion and a garlic. I'll post a video of how to dice those shallots before I post this video. So before you do anything, clap your hands and make sure you have all your mise en place. Oh look, it's a sheep. Mise en place just means everything in its place, which is what I have here. Okay, everything's pretty much measured out. My shallots are chopped. Oil and vinegar's measured out, so all I have to do is grab and go. So I'm going to make this in the blender, which makes it super easy. I'll go ahead and start. I got my fancy Oster blender here, super retro. Picked it up at a flea market 100 years ago. So with this vinaigrette, everything except for the olive oil will go into the blender. So I've got half of a shallot finely diced or minced, or a tablespoon for it into the blender. Dijon mustard. I prefer the Grey Poupon. Tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And this does two things. Not only does it add flavor, but it also aids in the emulsification process. Wow, that's a big word. Emulsification. It's basically, it's gonna help the oil and the vinegar stay together like one happy family. So I'll do mustard. I'll do half a cup of balsamic vinegar. If your balsamic vinegar is not from Modena, Italy, then it's not balsamic vinegar. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I like to do a little splash of crushed red pepper to give it a touch of heat. And my herb of choice for this, dried thyme. You could also put some dried basil in here to make it delicious. And of course, salt and pepper. Must have salt and pepper. Macy, come over here, please. You're distracting me. Look how cute this little thing is. Okay, now go away. Alright, about a tablespoon of salt. Lots of salt. I like salt. Who doesn't like salt? Fresh cracked black pepper. I buy a trio black, green, and pink peppercorn. I like lots of pepper as well. So everything's in there except for the olive oil. And you're just going to buzz it up on low until everything's combined. This thing is a beast. Once you get everything blended slightly, then you can start adding your olive oil slowly. And I use a mixture of a blended olive oil and extra virgin olive oil, probably about half and half. It's important that you add the oil really slow, especially in the beginning, so that emulsification process starts. And then once you get going, you can kind of go a little bit faster. Alright, so here we are. We are emulsified. So now all we gotta do is taste this baby.
Okay.
Pretty good. I think I could go for another shot of vinegar though. I like my vinaigrettes really tangy. So normally I would do a 1 to 2 ratio on the vinegar to olive oil. And I'm just going to splash that in there. I'll bet that it'll stay emulsified. Also thinking just a tad more salt. One thing that helps keep the vinaigrette emulsified is that a lot of times I'll put the olive oil in the refrigerator because if this gets too hot, it'll break and separate. So, which it's still good after it separates if that's what you're looking for. A broken vinaigrette, you can always just shake it up in a mason jar and it'll come back together. Speaking of mason jars, look how cute these are, Mace. Little 8-ounce mason jars that I'm gonna put this dressing in.
No, it's mason jars.
Almost as cute as little
Macy
sheepy
jars.
here.
It's macy jars.
Yeah, look. Which one's cuter? I'm thinking that one. All right. If you have any questions, you can put them in the box below. Stay tuned for more shows. That was fun. Have a good night. Say good night, man.